Do you want to know how to make the best homemade frozen lemonade with only 3 simple ingredients? An easy frozen drink recipe that's made with freshly squeezed lemons, bit of sweetener, and is ready in under 10 minutes. Hey there, I'm Lynn Brazil from EvolvingTable.com, where you'll learn how to make nourishing meals to serve the ones you love. And today we're going to be making the best homemade frozen lemonade. A few weeks ago, my husband and I were in our backyard starting to plant our summer garden. Before we knew it, we were sweating like crazy. I ran inside real quick to grab us a couple of waters to cool off. And then on my countertop, I saw a big bowl of lemons. After a little bit of tweaking, a lot of taste testing, I ended up making the best, slushiest, creamiest, and lemony homemade frozen lemonade I've probably ever had, and took me less than 10 minutes to make. So if you're ready to whip up your own homemade frozen lemonade, then come on in and let's get started. As I'm sure you've already guessed, the main ingredient in this recipe is lemons. And the secret to why this is the best homemade frozen lemonade is because we're using both the lemon zest as well as the lemon juice. When you're zesting and juicing lemons, you want to make sure that you zest the lemon before juicing. If you're not sure how to zest a lemon, there are 5 different ways that you can do it using the tools and utensils you have on hand. My personal preference is to use what's called a microplane. It finely grates the lemon peel so that it will evenly disperse throughout your recipes. Zest 1 to 2 lemons to get 1 tablespoon of lemon zest. Now that the lemons are zested, it's time to start juicing them. For this particular recipe, you'll need about 4 to 5 medium-sized lemons to get half a cup of fresh lemon juice. A citrus juicer works the best when juicing lemons, but you can also always just squeeze them by hand. If your lemons are on the firmer side, roll them while applying some pressure to make juicing them a lot easier. The next ingredient that you will need is some type of sweetener that will help to counteract the acidity and that tartness from the lemons. Depending on what type of diet you're on, there are a few different options you can use to sweeten up this lemonade. Honey. This is my personal preference and what I will be using today. Agave nectar. Another liquid sweetener that can be used if you are vegan. Sugar. Regular white sugar can be used in place of the honey if you do not need to avoid refined sugar. Stevia. Liquid or powdered stevia is a great non-nutritive sweetener you can use. The type of blender you use is a critical step in determining how smooth and slushy your homemade frozen lemonade gets. My personal preference is a Vitamix, since it's large enough to fit all of the ingredients and it will give you that super smooth and creamy consistency. If you don't have a Vitamix, you can always make your lemonade in batches using a smaller NutriBullet or Ninja blender, or you can add all of your ingredients into a large food processor. Add half a cup of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of lemon zest, 1/3 cup of honey, agave nectar, or sugar. Use 1 to 2 teaspoons of stevia liquid extract if on a low-carb diet. Half cup of water and 3.5 cups of ice to a high-speed blender. Cover the blender with a lid and blend on medium power for 1 to 2 minutes, or until it is completely smooth. Add more ice if you want it thicker, or additional water if you would like it smoother. One of my favorite ways to serve up this frozen lemonade is in these cute little mason jars with a lemon slice and a paper straw. This recipe yields enough frozen lemonade for about 4 small servings or 2 large servings. Time for me to take a little taste test, or a taste sip, I guess, in this case. Here we go. Oh my goodness, that is so good, and just the right amount of tartness meets sweetness. This would make the absolute perfect poolside, lakeside, or backyard summer garden frozen drink to sip on this summer. If you liked what you saw here today, make sure you check out these other easy drink recipes. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll see you again soon.